when you clear the physical body, you make space, and that space can be filled with this luminous life force. But the space in the emotional body, the mental bodies, the spiritual bodies also can be cleared and filled with the life force. And then we become, I love when Almin calls it, we become the hollow bone, the flute for the music of God. And the life force, the source energy flows through us, and that divinity is in each and every one of us. But to the extent to which it's blocked is the extent to which we're not expressing those qualities. And as we go through each layer of our being and purify it, we get to have the beautiful experience of being filled with that energy and conducting it in our world. And we really start to see life through a completely different lens. We're no longer stuck in identity consciousness, in that fear-based, dysfunctional lower chakra imbalance. We are operating from the great inheritance that is our body, our mind, our spirit, our heart, and that becomes one unified, purified being. And we have a completely different perspective, a different life experience. We have different things come into our lives. We relate to others differently. We grow closer to our potential. We grow closer to our greatest potential. I love the term avatar. I'm so happy it exists. It's an old term that's now come to mean many things that are different to its original definition. But that's where we're headed. If anyone who wants to go there, it is there for the taking. It's only the small-minded, limited identity consciousness cultural norm paradigm that acts like prison bars, keeping us from that beautiful experience.
When we're over-identifying with our roles, we're over-identifying with our ego self, then we are much more sensitive to what's going on around us. And when we are really identifying in a unified consciousness, we know that we are here simply as an expression, simply as a channel, and that there is an actual plan for or purpose for our life. And so we have the joy of getting to know what that plan is and to express it day to day.
And what's so important in that, as it relates to energy, is that whenever we're caught up in something in our ego identity consciousness, whether it's a drama or we are carried away into a dark place because we feel we've been insulted, or as you say, we've been criticized, all of those things are energetic vampires. So they take us, and this can happen in a millisecond. You can go from feeling great and balanced, and somebody gives you a look, and someone in identity consciousness is going to feel immediately offended, and they're going to lose their energy. The energy is going to be just evaporated, just sucked away by this negative thought form. And when we start to see above the storm, we start to have the eagle vision, we're no longer affected by those things, which means that our energy isn't going to be drained that way. So for most people, when they sleep, it's a recovering. It's a time for them to get over all of the onslaught and the insults of the day, literally and figuratively. Whereas once you get that higher perspective, that eagle vision, your sleep can truly be restorative and regenerative, because your energy isn't needing to be replenished. It's in a steady flow. The great shamans, the one thing they all share in common is they know that energy is the currency of the cosmos. And when we can clear these fields and we get up and out of the cords that ego consciousness lives with day to day, moment to moment, we stop being drained in this way. And humans have not had the opportunity, at least in recent millennia, to operate in a world where there aren't these energetic vampires, these constant drains, and they come from myriad sources. Just we're swimming in these vampirical energy suckers. So what would life be like if we didn't have that energy being drained from us? What would life be like if we were replenishing and conducting as opposed to just being drained? And that's what you and I have discovered. We've discovered a life without limits, and that's what we want to share with everyone else.
These are things, these are techniques, and there are tools, and there are actual practices that you can use to become, really what we're talking about is becoming sovereign. And that is something that can be learned. It's something that can be practiced. It's not just something reserved for shamans or the great masters who have walked on this planet. The time is now for us to be able to actually embody all of those qualities right now.